Hey everybody, welcome back to day 2 of Breakfast with Bob from beautiful Edmonton, Canada. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Master Spas, SFuels, go longer, Quintana, HOKA One One, Forum Smart Swim Goggles, Zoot Sports, original triathlon brand, Premium Plus Sports, and of course, our Challenged Athletes Foundation. Our next guest in 2022, Ironman 70.3 Chattanooga champion, but more importantly, Escape from Alcatraz champion, Jackie Herring joins us. How you doing, Jackie?
I'm good, Bob. Thanks for having me.
I love Alcatraz, even though I don't like cold water, but I love just the, swimming in that cold water, fog, rain, and the bike courses, this ups and downs, and then the sand ladder and all that cool stuff. You obviously loved it.
Yeah, I super love it. Alcatraz, the first year I did it was last year.
Right.
And after I did it that first time, I'm like, that was an insane challenge. It was just awesome.
So
it was
fun.
just an adventure. The cold water, everything about it. I was like, I got to go back. And I'm mostly a trail runner at heart. So I thought, this is a race I think I can win. And I really wanted to win.
And you did.
I did. Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I could say for somebody who runs trails, or somebody who snowshoes, and you like things that are challenging and different.
Yeah, challenge. I have a high sense of adventure and needing different things to keep me entertained.
Yep.
So that kind of did the trick. Yeah, it was awesome.
Obviously did. So in 2022, fifth in Oceanside and first at Chattanooga. You happy with the way the season's gone so far?
Yeah, the season's going good. Had a nice start and kind of did Snowshoe Nationals in March.
Yeah.
And then kind of started building on that fitness and the bike and did Oceanside as a bit of a kind of early check to see where things are at. And that gave me some good signs. And I was building really hard into Chattanooga, the North American champ. So getting a win there was a really nice kind of confidence booster and just a good way to start for the early season.
Well, in this race, and what I love now is you can look at the beginning of the season and go, okay, where are the big prize money races? It's Canadian Open, it's US Open, it's Collins Cup.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously 70.3 Worlds, but now you've got 3 things that didn't exist a couple years ago where you can go, okay, there's a chance to really win some big dollars.
Yeah, and I love that it's taken a lot of the thought out of season planning.
Right.
You can just you get to plan a couple in the early season, but then the rest of the year is kind of just already mapped out for you. You don't even have to think about it. You just say, okay, hey, these are the races that make the most sense, and that's what I'm going to do. So.
And this will be, you'll go back to Collins Cup.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It looks that way.
Yeah.
I think.
And the Collins Cup experience last year?
Amazing.
How special was that?
Yeah, Collins Cup was super duper cool, and I'm so excited to go back this year and just know what I'm getting into, and I'm sure they're going to make some changes that'll be great for us. And it's really neat.
And racing against your Annie Hogg last year and Jeannie Metzler, right? You had you ended up winning the heat.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Ironman world champion, and Jeannie was on a roll at the time, and.
Yeah, I think it was probably like the biggest upset because probably no one would have picked me, and I'm pretty sure I didn't pick me because it looked unlikely. But the dynamics worked out such that it turned into what they wanted, which was a foot race, and I just happened to have a really good run legs that day, so it's great.
Yeah, and what's fun about that, it again shows that you can't, a piece of paper means nothing, right? Resumes and all that type of stuff is great, but you got to race on that day, and you never know where somebody's at.
Yeah, that's why we race, so we see how we finish and see who wins.
Exactly. But also it takes, people can be intimidated and say, okay, there's Annie Hogg, she's 3rd and 1st in Kona. She's the overwhelming favorite here, and can I knock her off? But you have a quiet confidence about you that you don't get intimidated by this stuff.
Not really. I just really focus on, I guess, myself and doing my own thing. And I am confident in my ability to execute a race because I've been racing a long time. I know how to race, and I'm pretty consistent. So I do draw confidence from that, that no matter what anyone else is doing, if everyone disappeared off the race course, I think I could still execute a really good race. I don't rely on anyone. Yeah, so in that particular scenario, it worked out that, and I was surprised that I was able to come out of the water ahead of her. And I think that's what really kind of set up the day there. But yeah, I don't generally get intimidated because everyone's beatable, and you just never know when your special day will happen. So you have to stay open to that possibility.
You look at that as one of your bigger wins?
Definitely, yeah. It was a big win because it was a big upset, and those are just two women that are extremely talented and that I respect so much. So for me, that was a big confidence booster, like, oh my goodness, I belong here, I can race these women, and it kind of helped me heading into Worlds and even this year, just having that in the back of my mind that I can be right up there.
So what will the rest of this year be for you? Obviously, U.S. Open.
So it's the PTO stuff. It's this Collins Cup. Yep. They pretty much have it set up, and then Dallas. We have some family down there. That'll be good, and then 70.3 Worlds.
Perfect.
And I figure I'll be about done by then.
Oh, you think? Right. It's a long season, and then you roll. Do you take? Then when you roll into winter, how much racing do you do snowshoe wise?
I do quite a bit. So I like to do some just running races. I like to do some half marathons because, we take a little break, but I still just enjoy racing. I enjoy doing the local stuff.
Yes.
So I'll do some running, and then snowshoe racing kind of gets heavy in January and February.
Right.
And that's what usually kicks me into like really good shape. So
what's great about that is you're running without the pounding, right?
Yeah.
It's really probably the best thing for your running that you can do. Because if you run all winter, you can really beat yourself up.
Yeah, and it's just enjoyable being outside on the trails. I just feel like it kind of energizes me for running rather than feeling like I'm pounding away on a treadmill all the time.
Exactly. Now, do we see a full in your future here? Which one are you thinking?
Well, I've done a ton of fulls, but none since 2015.
I was going to say, so once becoming a mom, everything changed because you needed to. It's when you're to do fulls, you have to be doing these 6, 7, 8 hour training days.
Yeah.
And as a mom, that's just not feasible.
Yeah. So it sounds like the PTO is going to come out with a full schedule for next year. So we'll have, I don't know if they're talking about 2 or 3 more races, and one of those will be a 200K, and I'll do it. And that'll probably be all the racing I do next year. It's just the PTO events.
Why not?
Whatever they come out with, I'll just do it. I'm on board. I'm doing.
And well, it makes it simple.
Simple.
It makes it simple. You know exactly what you need to do. Because the nice thing about when I look at prize purse, and I'm going, okay, you can have a bad day or a mediocre day and still come home and not be in a hole.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of times that's for a lot of athletes over the years, they had to look at that and go, well, if I'm flying here and I'm paying for meals and renting a car, am I coming out ahead if I finish 4th?
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I've been racing professionally for 11 or 12 years now. And in the early part of your career, that's a major issue. Like, are you actually making money?
Right.
Like, you're spending money on travel and all that, and that really adds up. No matter if you're winning or not, the overall winning prize money just isn't enough at some events. So, since the PTO's come on and made these races, it's, I think, really great for everybody. No question.
Well, the thing about the other stuff people don't think about is if you join a pool, if you have a coach. That stuff costs money, and you have to sort of amortize all that into when I go and travel. That's all those costs are part of that. And if I don't come home with a paycheck that covers that, then it's a hobby. Yeah. It's not a profession.
Yep. Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, you chip away, and even if you're not making money in the early years, you can still be making progress towards that. So, got to give yourself a little time to come around.
Nice. That's all those. That's right. So 21 Ironman races. or more now?
I did, a lot of Ironmans.
Yeah,
You've got a lot
Konas.
of you can tell I've been doing this a long time. You got like 4 pages
I got
of notes
I
me.
got like 8 pages of notes.
No.
I got Jackie going way over here. Yeah. No, I've got first amateur St. George 2000. Yeah, and then when I look at all these 4 Konas, 4 Wisconsin, 3 Louisville, 2 St. George. So you did the St. George when they were full back in 2010, 11-ish?
Yeah, I think I did the full in St. George twice.
Yep.
And dang, that's hard.
Brutal.
Even the half kind of sucks.
But at least you know it's not going to be out there for
At
all
least you're not doing
day.
the full. So, I really loved watching Worlds this year because I have a sense of how dang hard that is. And
Brutal.
there's not a single part of me that wanted to be doing that.
Really? So it wasn't like, I did that back.
Zero.
So
Because it's so hard.
Yeah.
I have mad respect
yeah.
for all those men and women and everyone that did it because it's really hard.
But to a certain degree, it's been there, done that. You did all that. You
not
paid
very
your dues.
quickly, but I completed the activities.
You did them all.
Yeah.
And so now focusing. But a lot of times it's difficult. We were talking about this yesterday with Gustav and Christian that they're going back to the Olympic distance as soon as they'll do Kona, and then they won't do another Ironman until after Paris. That's the plan.
Yeah.
So for you can relate because you were doing Ironman, then you're like, okay, I'm a mom now.
Yep.
I can't be out of the house that much. So I'm going to focus on 70.3, and so I've got to get more speed to be able to do that. You had to go from long to fast. That's hard.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's what's been kind of fun, though, in this, second phase of my career has been, okay, how can I change up my workouts, change up my training to try and find whatever speed might exist within me?
Right.
Which is hard. I'm naturally more prone to, the long endurance stuff. My body is not super quick.
Right.
So it's been fun trying to, do some of these VO2 workouts and fast stuff that is not in my natural wheelhouse or things that I would really prefer to be doing, but it's been fun to just try and keep improving.
Well, and you came in right basically in the era where all these ITU athletes are moving into the 70.3 as a stepping stone potentially to Kona or to stay there. So now you're racing, not just coming down from longer to shorter, but you have other people who are coming with their raw speed up, and you've got to race them and beat them.
Yeah.
Which you've done.
I've done it, and some of them, I think their struggle would be more on the endurance end of things and getting used to, riding the tri-bike. The tri-bike is definitely different than what they're used to, and that's where experience in these longer events really does, I think, make a huge difference. Is how your body's going to respond to 2.5 hour or 2:15 in the aero bars.
Yeah.
No big deal. You just do
That's
that,
what it
go
is.
for a run.
Yeah.
So it's been fun having all these new girls, and I think the next generation we're seeing come up, and it's pretty exciting. They're really fast.
And then while you're doing snowshoe stuff in the winter, most of your training indoors or most of your cycling was just on the trainer?
Yeah, I'll do the focused a few days a week at least, focused on the trainer, but otherwise I'll ride, depending on the conditions outside, I'll ride just the fat bike or cross bike if there's not too much snow or ice.
Right.
Just with fenders so you don't get soaked. I like fresh air is important for me and for my mental status in the winter. It's dark so much of the day that still doing stuff outside is important for me.
Well, and a lot of people they're chasing the sun, right? So they're training down in Flagstaff or in Tucson or LA or Boulder, and you're dealing with the conditions, you're dealing with the elements. You're out there on I'm sure with all your warmies on, all the different layers with the bike with the fenders but that type of stuff makes you tougher.
Oh, definitely. You see a lot of good athletes come from the Midwest.
Yes.
I think, and from northern climates,
right.
like here in Canada, there's a lot of amazing athletes, and there is something to dealing with the elements, figuring out how to, make the best of situations. And I really enjoy winter. I like the change in pace, and I think it's kind of fun.
Does this course suit you? Because it seems like it's almost like an extended ITU race with the multiple lap swim and multiple lap bike and all the stuff on the run.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't really tell if this suits me or not.
You'll find out on Saturday.
We're going to find out. I've never done such a multi-loop activity
I've never
before.
seen a 3-lap swim, to be honest. Yeah.
No, the swim is causing me a slight amount of stress thinking about like
hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be
We're going to be in
together,
close quarters. And then, the bike, I've gotten out a couple times and done most of all the bike course, and I do like variety on the bike ride, so that might suit me.
Yep.
I think, I'm good at, I feel like I'm pretty good technically, so.
Right. Well, and you got punchy little climbs.
Yeah, kind of like Wisconsin.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So that could be good for you.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
I have no clue.
Which makes it fun.
Yeah.
Because nobody does.
No one has any clue.
Nobody does.
Yep.
Jackie, always such a treat. Congratulations on Alcatraz. That is such
thanks.
and when you look at the list of champions, that is a who's who. I think McKeely Jones won that 8 times or something, and you're on a very, very rare list of people who've won that race.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Jackie Herring has been our guest. Everybody again, day 2, Breakfast with Bob from beautiful Edmonton, Canada. Hold on. We will be right back.